In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible team for 2.5 million MT right now in NBA 2K23, my team. Now, I know that's a ton of MT to spend on a singular squad, so if you guys want to go check out my other team builders where I did the best team for 100k, the best team for 500k, 250k, a million MT, you guys can go check out those videos as well. But if you guys got a lot of MT, or maybe want to know just some of the best cards in the game for a squad like this is going to be, in my opinion, the best team you guys can build for 2.5 million MT. So at the starting point guard position, I don't think you can really afford the hero Nikola Jokic, but I still think you can go for his out of position version, and you're going to get what, like 90% of what the hero card gives you, because if you actually quickly compare these cards, there's not too big of a difference besides the badges, right? The stats, sure, there's a tiny bit of a difference. You take a look at the animations, they're exactly the same, and that's what really matters. I don't think those 10 Hall of Fame badges, especially at this time in my team, are really going to make that big of a difference. Like, sure, interceptor, clamps, having those go from gold to HOF is a big thing, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I think they're very similar. Like I said, I think the out of position card still gives you like 90 to 95% of what the hero Nikola Jokic does give you. He's still a 6'11" point guard, 7'3" wingspan, amazing stats across the board, and he still does have that elite level jump shot with the Eric Paschall base, Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing. Is still one of the better jump shots in the game for a point guard that is 6'11". And yeah, Jokic just going to be a great defender in game because of his size. And having this starting lineup, like having this backcourt of Nikola Jokic and Kevin Durant, is absolutely insane. And this Jokic card is like 175k to 200,000 MT, and a very similar price tag for Kevin Durant. He's about 200k, sometimes a little bit cheaper, sometimes a little bit more expensive. But to get these two cards for altogether under 400k easily is kind of crazy. Like, to have Kevin Durant and Nikola Jokic, both cards that are super tall, can defend at a high level, but still give you that top tier offense. You've got Kevin Durant, who's 6'10" at shooting guard, 7'4" wingspan. Our point guard's actually taller than our shooting guard, and it's still Kevin Durant, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, he's an endgame card, so 99 every single stat, every single Hall of Fame badge in the game. And the reason why Kevin Durant's a lot cheaper is because of them announcing that endgame option pack. If you guys didn't see, that's going to be the grand prize for the spotlight challenges, is going to be an option pack between the endgame Bill Russell, who's going to be a new endgame, but then also an option pack between the two other endgames in the game, Paolo Banchero and Kevin Durant. So that's why Banchero's super cheap, KD super cheap. I mean, for being an endgame card, like if you can get Kevin Durant for under 200k, I mean, that is an absolute steal. The card that's such a good 3-hunter, one of the best offensive cards in the game, and yeah, just all around an absolute beast in Kevin Durant. And I do think he's going to be our starting shooting guard. Now for the starting small forward position, it's going to take probably half of our MT to get this one singular card, like half of our budget, but we're going Victor Wembanyama. You need this card. If you have 2.5 million MT to spend on a squad, you just need Victor Wembanyama. That is the first card you pick up. If you have around 2 million MT, or you have 2.5, or even if you can afford this card, what you do is you put Victor in the lineup and then you figure out the rest at the end, because this is the only card that matters in the game when we're talking about these top tier lineups. He is that overpowered that he can win you a game by himself. If you put Victor around some budget cards, like let's just say, for example, Amen Thompson, AK-47, you pick a budget power forward, Marc Gasol, and you pick a budget center or like a mid-tier center like Mark Eden. With that starting five, you can compete against every single starting five in the game just because of Victor Wembanyama and how overpowered he is as a 7'5" small forward, 8-foot wingspan, 99 every single stat, almost every single Hall of Fame badge in the game, including a total of 55. And then he's got such a top tier jump shot with the Kyle Kuzma base, Tim Duncan upper on very quick timing. He's got the best dribble six in the game, some of the best dunk packages. He's got the tray fade, perfect defensive tendencies. Like, this card all around is just an absolute beast and is the best card in my team. So even though he's going to be like $1 million to 1.25, because that's what I'm seeing on Xbox right now, is it's hard to always tell his price because sometimes these top tier cards do fluctuate a ton, but right now on Xbox, he's looking to be between $1 million and 1.25. So yeah, that's half of our MT budget, but it is definitely worth it with Victor Wembanyama. And to have him pairing alongside Kevin Durant and Nikola Jokic, the size and the offense is going to be absolutely unreal with this 1-2-3 combo. And then at the 4 and the 5, we're going to go ahead and pick up some fairly cheaper, giant cards in Pink Diamond Taco Fall and the Galaxy Opal Yao Ming, because that's all you need to compete against the Manute Bulls, the Kristapses, the Shaqs, the Rick Smiths, those top tier cards in the game at the power forward center position. All you really need is Pink Diamond Taco and Yao Ming just to be big bodies, right? Taco Fall still 7'6" at power forward, 8'2" wingspan, and he's a buy now. He's only about 100,000 MT, maybe 90 to 100,000 MT. He's such a good defender, and he's just going to be that big that we need, next to Victor Wembanyama. And then same thing with Galaxy Opal Yao Ming. He's 7'6" at center, 7'9" wingspan, and he can compete and hang with every single center in the game, whether it's his Dark Matter version, whether it's, Manute Bol, Rick Smith, Mark Eden, Taco Fall, Victor Wembanyama. It doesn't matter who it is, this starting five can compete and really dominate any single starting five in the game. And I think having Victor next to Taco and Yao Ming in the front courts, I mean, you got a 7'5" small forward, a 7'6" power forward, and a 7'6" center. Don't think you can get really much better than that. So that's going to be our starting lineup for the best team for 2.5 million MT. And now coming off the bench, obviously, yes, we have to go a little bit more budgety because we spent like half our MT on one singular card, but we got Amen Thompson coming off the bench, a guy that can compete against some of the best point guards in the game. Maybe not so much Jokic, but I think against Ben Simmons, LaMelo Ball, Luka Doncic, Cade Cunningham, whoever you guys want to say is the better point guards in the game, MJ, LaMelo, Magic, all those point guards, maybe besides Jokic, Amen Thompson can compete and really hang and maybe even be better than a lot of those point guards I name. He's such a good all-around card. He's got a great jump shot with the D-Rose size up, the Curry escape, the D-Rose jump shot. I don't know why I was looking at his dribble six. He's got the D-Rose base and the Steph Curry upper on very quick timing, and then he's also got the Steve Francis size up and the Curry escape. So he's got amazing dribble sigs, an elite level jump shot, every single dunk package you could ever want in the game, and he also does have maxed out defensive tendencies. So this card all around a beast at point guard. He's only about 20k, so you get him for a super cheap deal, and he's a point guard that I think is top 5 in my team. But then coming off the bench at the backup shooting guard position is going to be Tracy McGrady, and I like having this 1-2-3 punch as an overall line, having Amen Thompson, Tracy McGrady, and Kevin Garnett. I think these three cards, this was the lineup I was personally running, just before I sold my team, was Amen Thompson, T-Mac, and KG, and I found these guys to have really well, success together, right? We know Tracy McGrady is going to bring us that offense. He's 6'8" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan, still has one of the better jump shots in the game, even though it's only on quick timing. He can score the ball at such a high level and be a decent defender because of his size. And then you got Kevin Garnett, a guy that is going to be really there for defense, a guy that's 6'11" at small forward, 7'2" wingspan. He's switchable on defense. He can switch to pretty much every single card in the game besides those like giant cards. He's super quick, he's athletic, he's got a pretty good jump shot, he can dribble pretty well for a defensive card, and all around is just an absolute beast at small forward for about 60,000 MT. So KG for about 60, 70k, T-Mac for about like 80,000, maybe 90k, and then Amen Thompson for about 20,000 MT. So having these guys off the bench, yes, it's not Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, and Victor Wembanyama. It's not going to be as good as that 1-2-3, but to have that off the bench, I still think is going to be very solid. And then for the backup power forward position is, in my opinion, one of the more slept on power forwards in the game, and that is going to be the invincible Evan Mobley, a card that is so dominant at power forward. He's 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan. He's got a great jump shot with the Montrezl Harrell base, Saddiq Bey upper on very quick timing, one of the fastest power forward jump shots in the game. He's got the best fade in the game, which is the Trey fade. He's got the Trey size up, the John Wall escape, aim behind the back, Russ moving cross, quick drops off one. He's got front clutches, and then also does have perfect defensive tendencies. So Mobley's an absolute beast at power forward. And then to round out the best 10-man rotation for 2.5 million MT, I think it's just going to be Mark Eden because of his size, 7'4" at center, 7'7" wingspan, and one of the best player models in the game for a center card. But like I said, if you're trying to build that absolute god squad, you have a lot of MT to work with. I mean, this team, I think, honestly can compete against the best squad. Maybe the bench might be a tiny bit undersized against like the crazy giant cards, but I do think all around this is the best team you guys can build for 2.5 million MT. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.